Hey everybody, welcome back to homerecordingmadeeasy.com and here on my YouTube channel. And this time out, we're going to take a look and listen to another wonderful plugin by KIT Pluigns. This is the Blackbird A5, which is a legendary API console out of Blackbird Studios. We're going to listen to it. Well, honestly, I didn't play with it, so we're going to kind of play with it for the first time live. It's really only the second time I've opened it up. I just threw it on some tracks. We're going to kind of try to dial it in, talk a little bit about the A5 and a little bit where it kind of comes from, and we're going to listen to it, and then you're going to decide whether you like it. You can click the link in the description box. You can go out to KIT Pluigns and purchase it for yourself. Before we get started, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Also, if this is your first video at Home Recording Made Easy, welcome to our family. Go over to homerecordingmadeeasy.com. I have a free $100 mixing course. It's my gift to you just for visiting Home Recording Made Easy. And if you stick around till the end of the video, I'm going to give you something else for free. Okay, here we go. A5, KIT Pluigns. First, let's take a look at their website quickly. Go out to their website. I'll link it below. Let's take a look at this A5 here. Okay, the A5 Blackbird. Now, if you haven't seen the other videos we've done about the Blackbird collection from KIT, we've done the 105N, which is the Neve console. We've done the Neve 73, and we also did the MoQ, which is really cool. So here's the BB Blackbird A5. This plugin, right now it's on sale as I record this video for $150. It normally sells for $200. You could try it for free here if you want to demo it. Here is where it comes from, out of Blackbird Studios, inspired by one of the largest API legacy consoles ever to be built. This revered console has the catalyst for numerous chart-topping records in Nashville, blah, blah, blah. There's the beautiful API. Beyond Emotion and Sound, you guys can read through all of this. Love John McBride and Blackbird. But let's talk about some of the controls on this thing, and then we'll walk through the plugin quickly. So we have three EQs on here. We have the 55A, which is based on the 550A. We have the 55L, which is a different circuitry in a different time, you know, from API, different period of time. It's a 4-band graphic. And then we also have the 56L, which is based on the 560 EQ. We'll look at the plugin here in a second. We got presets. We got all kinds of stuff. You could try it for free and blah, 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 blah. So go check that out at Blackbird or at kitpluigns.com. Again, link will be in the description box below. Okay, let's open this up. Here we go. Beautiful looking plugin, as always. Left-hand side, we got our preamp here, right? We got microline level. We have high and low pass filters. We have a pad here, and we have a phase flip. We got our VU meters, our input here on that side. In the middle is our EQ section. Again, we have our EQs here, and we can switch the EQs here. Here's the 55L. We have the 55A, and then we have the 56L. We could turn it in and out right here. So 3 separate EQs in here. Each of them will have a little bit of different controls true to the hardware. Okay. Then over here, we have our master fader here, which is modeled the circuitry on the master fader section of that particular console that we looked at. And then also here, by the way, we have our stepped gain here. If you want, what's different about the plugin on the EQ from the hardware, which is cool, is you can have it so it's variable frequency, right? See that? I can variable frequency, or it can be stepped, which is the way the hardware is, okay? So that's pretty cool with this little button down here. I forgot to show you that, okay? And then we have our fader here. Over here, we have on the top right, we have our analog in and out to emulate the white noise and some of the hum and the hiss from a console. We have the level of that here, okay? We can link the hum. So when you put a channel strip across all your tracks in your session, like we're gonna kind of do here, you can link them together so all the hum levels are the same if you'd like to do that, okay? Then we have our master bus. Now, I guess what this does, according to the website, is they emulated the circuitry of the master bus section of the console, and you could turn that on and off here. And then we have our VU meter for the output. That's it. Across the top, we have our input gain here. We want to drive more in. We have an output at the top left to compensate. We have some presets in here as well, a bunch of presets here. Well, we'll probably check out some of the presets to start, just for the heck of it. We got some collaborators, Joe Carell, Brian Clark. You have user presets that you can save. Also under our settings here, we can do oversampling, lower high. High is going to take more CPU. However, it's going to be, you're going to have less aliasing and a little bit more true to form to the hardware. And you can link the oversampling again between all of your instances across your tracks. And we could take a look at the CPU usage on that as well. So if we start on low, that means all the instances that I have of this, which I think are 15. If I go to my Studio One view performance monitor, it's going to be at 17%. If I switch this to high, it's going to jump up to 21%. If I play some audio back here, let me just see here for a second. If I could play some audio back. So it looks like about 8 or 10% more CPU usage on the higher oversampling, but that's common, but still pretty low CPU usage, considering I got 15 of these across the entire session here. But again, if you had a big session, this could become even bigger. So there you go. So that's that. So there's our little settings, and you can get the manual out, or you can go to the website. Here's the version, so on and so forth. Okay, so that is the layout. It's pretty simple. So like I said, let's start. This is on our kick-in track. Let's play this. Let me loop some music here. Let's do a quick little demonstration, shall we? Here we go. Let's listen to this. Turn it up a little bit so you can hear it. Okay. Kick-in mic, kick-in preset sounds pretty good, right? So we got, we don't have to go through we're not going to go through all the different, frequencies and where everything is set, but it, sounds pretty good. That's for the 550A. Now, if we go to the 56, if we switch the EQ, okay, it won't change. It won't, okay, it's not going to change the frequencies between one EQ and another because it's on a preset. But let's go through a couple more presets. Okay, so that's Kit Harry, which means you got a little bit of grit on there, which we do because they boosted up the mic line here, which is cool. Sounds pretty good. So we have a bunch of really good presets in here. This was Brian Clark's here. Let's see what other ones he's got. He's got Kit Blown Up Game Boy. What does that mean? That's what that means. And again, you can see we've turned up the preamp 76%. That's why. Okay, Joe Corral's kick in. That's pretty cool. So let's go over to the kick out. Let's just go through this and dial the presets quickly. Again, I'm not a big, you don't want to rely solely on presets. You want to learn about EQ frequencies and all of that. And we have a ton of courses at Home Recording Made Easy if you want to learn all about that, particularly EQ Made Easy. But just for fun, so we can see how it sounds. Let's go here. Let's go kick out mic here. Let's see. That was a kick mic here. Thought I saw something under the Blackbird. Here, kick out. There's our kick out. You can turn on the master bus for all these different instances, or you could put this on your master bus and just turn on the master bus section. Again, you have flexibility when you're working in the digital domain. Let's go to our snare top. Let's see what that sounds like. Let's see what the hum sounds like. Very subtle. Okay. I also think you can change the size of this window. Yes, bottom right hand corner, you can drag this out. You can make it really nice and big like that. Ooh, look at that. This is the snare bottom. Let's go to another preset here just for fun. Kit plugins. We can go Blackbird here. That was snare bottom. Let's go snare bottom. Do you have a snare bottom preset anywhere? Again, I always like snare bacon. Bacon sounds like it would see sizzle. That might be the snare bottom. Whoop, we're going to use the 560 here. That sounds really good, actually. That's just the snare bottom. Nice. Okay, let's go to overheads. I like kick snare overheads. That's the foundation of the drum set. Okay, so let's open this up here. Again, let's make this a little bit bigger so we can all see it a little bit bigger. This is overheads. Let's pick a preset here. Okay, let's bypass all these plugins so far. Kick snare overheads, here's what we got. Here's before. There you go. I mean, you know, there it is. That's the sound of analog. Okay, so let's maybe we get a little bit too much. Okay, we got hats. Let's try our hats. This is fun, right? So every time we open it up, we have to resize it if we want. Let's go to some hats and let's see what we have. So again, one of the good things I like, or one of the tests that I use, I guess, again, as far as, you know, how is a plugin really developed and how much time do the engineers and the people developing it really spend on it to kind of get it right? A lot of that has to do with the presets. When people take the time to make presets that sound good, normally presets and a lot of plugins, especially stock plugins, are lousy. There's very few companies and plugins that, you know, third-party manufacturers that make good presets. One of them that I really like, and I've talked about on this channel many times before, is Slate Digital. They make really good presets, really good starting points. And Kit Plugins is another one that does a really good job. So what are we looking at? Hi-hats here. So let's see. Anyone have any hi-hats? Just for the sake of it, let's just take a look. If not, we'll make our own. I don't see it. Okay, so let's do our own thing. We don't need a preset for the hi-hat. Here's our hi-hat. Listen to just those hi-hats here for a second. If we want to bring some of that crack back, maybe you help reinforce the snare because there was a lot of snare bleed. Bring up a little bit back here in 100. Not bad for a hi-hat. Okay, so we got let's turn all these off. Let's get rid of our bass and our acoustic and our piano for a second if we could. And let's get rid of Tom 1, Tom 2 in our rooms for a minute. Let's do our rooms here. Oh, that's interesting. Not a lot of pull out here in the mid range. Let's get rid of some of that woofiness at 500. Let's say we got 400 here on this API. So usually you can click on the frequency and it would move. Okay. Okay, let's go to the Tom 1 here. Let's take a look. It takes a second for it to open, I notice. You double click, hesitates a second there to open. Not a big deal, but just keep in mind that does do that. Let's see if we have any cool presets for a rack tom. Any cool presets for a rack tom? Tom high. Okay, let's do that. Wow, there you go. Okay, that's a little on the loud side, isn't it? Okay, let's turn that bad boy down a little bit. Let's go back a little. Go to Tom 2. There's our floor tom. Let's just hit a floor tom here. Sounded okay. Not bad. So now we got the whole drum kit. Let's bypass everything. Here's where we started. I mean, that sounds pretty good for just whipping together a preset. Let's put your bass in there. There's our bass. Okay, let's crank up some of the preamp here. Okay, none of the acoustic guitar presets sound all that great for this particular acoustic guitar, but let's see if we can dial that in a little bit better. We can go from a 3-band to a 4-band here. So let's pull out around that 240. See, when you double click on the frequency, it should, that'd be nice if it would move, but okay. Okay, piano time. Jerry Lee Lewis, Great Balls of Fire. Here we go. Okay, great. Where do we start? Here is where we started. I mean, that sounds great. I mean, again, we're just fooling around here, right? What do we do? 10 minutes here, picked some presets, tweaked a couple of things. Just want to give you a quick idea of what it sounds like. So the thing about API, especially when you talk about the hardware world, and the plugin's no different, the API tends to have a more open, aggressive top end. It gets nice and bright, but it doesn't get shrilly. It's got a beautiful presence to it. I have some hardware API and some other EQs that are API kind of clones. And that's one of the things that is nice about them. You can boost those top ends at 10, 12K, and you don't get really bitey and ice picky. It tends to just sound brilliant and open, but nice and present, which I really, really like. Also, API tends to have a nice, real thick, defined bottom end. I use the API 5500 EQ in hardware on my console all the time, and I use it on my drum bus almost exclusively. I just love it on drums. You know, a little bit of boost at 50K, a little bit of boost at 5K, a little bit of boost at 12K, and a little maybe pull out around 400 or 500, and it really shapes the drum sound really nice, and it gives it that nice point and that nice punch, which is what API is known for. And this plugin does this too. So listen to where we started again at the very beginning with no processing. And when I kick them in, listen to the top and listen to the bottom, and just listen how everything just gets really open, but very aggressive in a good way. It doesn't get mellow, it gets aggressive. It's kind of which I like. Here we go. So, I mean, this is a great plugin. I mean, all the KIT plugins that we've done on this channel have been great. They're just simple. The presets are always good. They're easy to use. I love that you can resize the GUI. It just sounds really good. You know, it sounds API. I have some API hardware, and this is kind of what it sounds like. So wonderful job, KIT. I love their plugins. I encourage you to go check them out. And also, again, check out the other, you can check out the KIT plugin playlist where we've done all the Neve stuff. Well, really, really good. So great job. So thanks so much for joining me and listening to the Blackbird A5 here, the API channel strip. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I want to give you something else for free because you stuck around till the end. So again, if this is your first time here, I want you to go to homerecordingmadeeasy.com. Right on the homepage, you'll see a big orange button at the top that says download your free mixing course. Download it, no strings attached, jump in there and start working on it right away. And if you take that course and you really dig Uncle Dave's style of teaching and you want to pick up one of my other courses, kind of like EQ Made Easy, like we talked about a little earlier, or anything else on the website, I want to give you a 25% discount coupon code. Just use the coupon code YouTube25. That will take 25% off anything on the website. So once again, thank you so much to KIT Plugins for sending me the BBA5 over here. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if you use any of other KIT plugins and which ones you have and which ones do you like. And until the next video, I've been Dave with homerecordingmadeeasy.com. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.